Welcome to Sociology Visualized. In today's lecture, we will explore the life, ideas, and contributions of Claude Levi Strauss, one of the most influential thinkers in anthropology and social theory. Claude Levi Strauss transformed the way we understand culture. Instead of focusing only on customs, rituals, or traditions, he tried to uncover the deep mental structures behind human societies. He showed that beneath the diversity of cultures, there exists a universal logic of human thinking. Introduction to Claude Levi Strauss. Claude Levi Strauss was a French anthropologist and ethnologist, born in 1908 and lived for more than a century until 2009. He is best known as the founder of Structural Anthropology. His central belief was that human cultures may appear different on the surface, but their underlying structures of thought are similar everywhere. He shifted anthropology from studying what cultures express to understanding how cultures think. Intellectual background. Levi Strauss was deeply influenced by several intellectual traditions. From Ferdinand de Saussure, he learned that language works through structure and relationships rather than isolated words. From Marcel Mauss, he adopted the idea of social exchange and reciprocity. From Roman Jakobson, he took the concept of binary oppositions and structural linguistics. By combining these influences, Levi Strauss applied linguistic logic to the study of culture. What is structuralism? Structuralism is the idea that cultural phenomena must be understood as parts of a system of relations. Instead of asking why a ritual exists, Levi Strauss asked what structure of thought makes that ritual meaningful. For him, culture was like language, governed by hidden rules and patterns. Structuralism focuses on relationships, not isolated facts, and searches for universal mental patterns behind cultural diversity. Core principle: binary oppositions. According to Levi Strauss, the human mind works through binary oppositions. Examples include nature versus culture, raw versus cooked, male versus female, life versus death, sacred versus profane. These oppositions shape myths, kinship systems, rituals, and social classifications. Culture, in his view, exists to mediate and balance these oppositions. Structural study of kinship. Levi Strauss revolutionized kinship studies by moving away from purely biological interpretations. He viewed kinship as a system of social exchange, especially the exchange of women through marriage. Marriage, for him, was not merely personal but a form of communication between groups. He identified different types of exchange systems such as restricted exchange, generalized exchange, and complex exchange. Thus, kinship became a communication system similar to language. Structural analysis of myths. Levi Strauss did not study myths for their moral lessons or historical value. He studied them for their structure. He believed that myths from different cultures often express the same underlying logical patterns. Although myths differ in content, they often deal with similar oppositions such as life and death, nature and culture, chaos and order. Myths help society symbolically resolve contradictions that cannot be solved in real life. The raw and the cooked. In his famous work The Raw and the Cooked, Levi Strauss argued that food reflects cultural structure. Raw food represents nature, while cooked food represents culture. Cooking symbolizes the transformation of natural elements into cultural products. Thus, food becomes a language through which society expresses its values and organization. Universal human mind. Levi Strauss rejected the idea that so-called primitive societies think in inferior or irrational ways. He strongly argued that the human mind is fundamentally the same everywhere. Differences among societies arise not from intelligence but from cultural materials and historical conditions. For him, tribal mythmakers and modern scientists both follow similar logical structures. Major works. Some of the most important works of Claude Levi Strauss include The Elementary Structures of Kinship, Structural Anthropology, The Savage Mind, The Raw and the Cooked, the Mythologique series. These works laid the foundation for structural anthropology and influenced multiple disciplines. Contributions of Claude Levi Strauss. He founded structural anthropology as a new approach in social science. He applied linguistics to the study of culture and society. He emphasized the universality of the human mind. He provided new methods to study myths and kinship. He influenced sociology, philosophy, literary theory, and cultural studies. Criticism of Levi Strauss. Despite his influence, Levi Strauss faced serious criticism. He was accused of being too abstract and detached from real social life. He ignored historical change and social conflict. He underplayed human agency and emotions. His language was often complex and difficult to understand. Many critics argued that humans are more than unconscious mental structures. Relevance today. Even today, Levi Strauss remains important because culture is still studied as a system of meaning. His ideas influenced post-structuralism, semiotics, and modern cultural studies. Anthropologists and sociologists continue to search for hidden patterns beneath social life, inspired by his approach. Conclusion. Claude Levi Strauss taught us to look beneath cultural diversity and discover the hidden unity of the human mind. He showed that culture is not chaotic but structured like language. Understanding Levi Strauss helps us realize that while human cultures are diverse, the logic of thinking behind them is universal. If you found this lecture helpful, do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.